Okay, I am losing my voice, so I apologize in advance of all of this. Um, Here's what we're going to do. The formula for finding area of a trapezoid is to multiply the height of the trapezoid, and I'll use my laser pointer here on number 11, this height right here, by the average of the bases. We do this plus this, and then we divide by 2 or multiply by half. This is this 1/2 here, and this base 1 plus base 2 essentially gives you an average. Doesn't matter how you come up with the numbers, this formula is great. Um, but essentially, you do base 1 plus base 2 times the height and then half of that. So what we're going to do here is just take the measurements and we're going to fill them in. We're going to say the area is then equal to 1/2 times the height, which is 16, times base 1 plus base 2, 21 plus 38. You can use your calculator on this, of course. Okay. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a couple of steps. First, I'm going to add what's in parentheses because that's the order of operations. And we get 21 plus 38 is 59. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this piece of it. I'm going to do 1/2 of 16. What's 1/2 times 16 or 1/2 of 16? It's 8. So then you've got 8 times 59. Okay? Excuse me. And for me then, I can just over here on the side, I can just do 59 times 8. Calculate it out. 72, carry the 7. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 7 is 47. So we get 472. I'll erase these calculations. And of course, we know what the units are. The units were given for the lengths were given in inches. So since we're doing area, we have units squared, so inches squared. Okay, the area equals that. Yep, that's your answer. Excuse me again. So essentially, that taking 1/2 part, you can take 1/2 of any of the values at some point during the problem that you're doing. So let's do the next one. We've got here the area is equal to, oops, sorry, with area is equal to 1/2 times the height, which is now decimals, 8.5, times the sum of the bases, 24.3 plus 9.7. And I'm going to use a calculator because I just want to make sure I'm not making errors for you, and because I know you have access to that, so why not? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the two bases. So we've got 1/2 times 8.5 times, and let's see, 24.3 plus 9.7 equals 34, which makes sense because if you took this, since we're adding them together, if you took this 0.3 here from 24 and added it over here, that would bump this up to exactly 10. So then you'd have 24 plus 10, which is 34. Okay. Now, because we can do this multiplication in any order, I'm going to do 1/2 of 34. Okay. 1/2 of 34 is 17. So now I have 8.5 times 17. It doesn't matter. You can type it all in your calculator anyway. And I'm going to actually use my calculator for this because why not? 8.5 times 17 is 144.5. And since the units were centimeters and we found the area, it's centimeters squared. So the area of that trapezoid is 144.5 centimeters squared. That's the answer to that one. Okay. And finally, we've got the area is equal to 1/2. I'm short on space here, so sorry if I cram this in. Now, this one, hopefully you could see that the height that we're looking at is actually running between the two parallel sides. The two parallel sides are what we call the bases. So 18 is a base and 6 is a base. The height there is 9. Okay, so we say 1/2 times 9 times the bases are 8 plus 6. Okay, now continuing on, we have to do that. What's in parentheses first? Order of operations says so. So we say 18 plus 6 is 24. And now I'm going to do that 1/2 times that 24 and get to 12 there. So now we've just got 9 times 12. Actually, I can do that in my head. That's 108. Oops. And what are the units? The units were feet. And since we were finding the area with lengths of feet, sorry, I'm getting a little glitchy on my pen here. Then we have feet squared as the units. And then we have, as a final answer, the area of that trapezoid number 13 is 108 square feet. And that's it. That's how you do them. Use your formula, plug it in, plug in all the information you know, and that'll be helpful later when we aren't finding the area, but we're finding one of the missing values and we're given the area. We can just do the same thing, plug in all the variables into the formula, and then solve for the one that we're missing. But you'll see that coming up.